Cajuns, nerding out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Two Old Cajuns Nerd Out. My name is Bo, and this is my buddy.
Yeah, I'm tired of your A space, J space, loving your heart shit. Yeah, if you don't recognize that quote, you probably don't. It is from one of my favorite movies growing up, National Lampoon Senior Trip, released in 1995. This movie was near and dear to my heart. I watched this movie so much when it came out. Me and a group of friends, we were hooked on it. We were quoting it all the time. We had our favorite characters and stuff like that. Man, I was in love with the girl in there and stuff like that at the time. But I went on my senior trip, and there was parts of my senior trip that paralleled this movie, which is insane. And I have my buddy Zach can back that up anytime that these things really happen. But I was sure in my heart that Bo had seen this movie just for the type of movies that he's into and that we've talked about in the past. And I was really surprised that you haven't.
No, I'm sorry to disappoint you on that, but it also has one of the coveted Rotten Tomato scores of 0.
Hey, and that's probably why you can't find it on Blu-ray and stuff like that. And the thing about this movie that's crazy, I used to love it so much when I saw it on TBS, when TBS used to play cool movies and stuff all the time. They were playing that movie, but it was edited for TV or cut for TV or extended.
Yeah,
sometimes they have to add, one of them, whatever. It had an extended scene and an alternate ending, which is much better.
What's the alternate ending?
Well, we'll get there when we talk about the real ending. So, because we're going to talk about the whole movie because you hadn't seen it at all, so I kind of want to just kind of go through it and hear your thoughts and stuff on certain things about it. And yeah, so let's get into it. When the movie starts off, it's kind of the opening. I kind of like because you get every classification of stereotype. Was there any missing? Because I was thinking about
the jock. You got the. Well, I mean the goths. They
didn't have no goths really, kind of pure
girl,
goths.
The
emo
girl.
Well, that's more. She was more emo. That was given. But I was kind of thinking maybe like a drag. We didn't have any, like a trans.
You got the slutty girl.
You had the slut. Yep. You had the nerd.
I would have went for her because Mentara's strong. So.
Oh god. But you had the nerd.
Yeah.
You saw the misunderstood guy. You saw what's his face on the car. What else? The preps.
The stoners.
The stoners. You saw the stoners. You saw the gay girl, checking out the other girl. You saw the prep, and then you saw jocks and cheerleaders. Everything. Everything was covered in that little bit opening. And
to be honest, I was actually waiting. Was it Grease 2 Gotta Get Back?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm glad they didn't break out into song and dance for that.
Almost, but then but that's kind of one thing I liked about it because it felt just almost like what you think of a school,
Right.
Like it was giving you exactly what you think. And the other thing
real school,
yeah. And the other thing I liked about it was you pretty much saw the majority of the cast right there. Everybody that you were going to see was kind of oh, okay, that was that character, But and our two mains basically come in right after everybody. They get their own little intro.
Yeah, the big stoners.
Yeah, the two main, and they come in just smashing into that flagpole. And I was thinking, flagpoles were made out of wood at one time.
I don't remember flagpoles being made of wood.
Sure, everything was made out of wood at one time. But I was just, when it cracked, I was like, wait, because I'm so used to
the metal,
the metal ones, we're taking that for the hurricanes. Because man, this will be a projectile, The other one's the splinters. This is a big missile.
You don't want a projectile metal flagpole,
Right. So, and then the cast. I mean, did you recognize him right away?
Jeremy Renner, yeah, I did recognize him right away. It was damn, he is young.
Now, this is the thing for me. When I saw this movie, I didn't know who Jeremy Renner was.
Yeah.
He wasn't a nobody. This is his first film.
Yeah.
And I, nothing about him. And then, he didn't really do much else in that. I mean, he did stuff, but nothing that I saw. Right. Sorry, Jeremy Renner. But nothing until he popped up as Avengers and kind of some other stuff like that.
Nothing until he was Hawkeye. Fuck
Thor. He popped up in Thor. I probably saw him something more smaller, but then he blew up, man. He was in Bourne. It's the Bourne movies. His Mission Impossible. I mean, fuck, man. He was in Hurt Locker. He won the Academy Award for that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The Town. He was freaking amazing in The Town. The Ben Affleck bank robbery movie.
I have never seen The Town.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be another episode. But yeah, I mean, he got a lot. SWAT, Avengers. He's the big star in there.
Right.
The next one would be Matt Ferrer, and he was big at that time.
Yeah.
But everybody knew him as Max Headroom.
Right, Max Headroom. I knew him as the dad from the Neighbors, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yep. Yeah, and he's kind of a eccentric actor. He kind of plays always that stick.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of went in there. I enjoy him. I think he's funny.
Oh yeah, he was funny in the movie.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
And then like, so the plot, who cares? I mean, it's a senior trip. It's
Yeah.
just to get these. They just throw a party. Like it's just this party. I think it goes to the principal's house.
Yeah, I want to know how the hell they did that.
Oh wait, before I'm going ahead. How it just jumps in. So it starts with the assembly.
Right.
So yeah, they get there and there's assembly going. They walk into the school and there's nobody there, and they're like, "What the fuck is zombie? Zombies
like,
and shit,
it's
nuclear
the
annihilation."
apocalypse, yeah.
Nuclear annihilation, man. And then like, when the principal comes out because he was roaming the halls, and they go to this assembly, and like, they just like cut in and like do their thing and stuff like that. But like, I mean, like Ruckus just breaks up. I'm like, these two guys need to be like expelled because like they just got to school, they've already like, destroyed the front of the school.
Destroyed the teacher's car.
Yeah.
The principal's car.
Principal's
actually.
car. They carried him on the stage and cursed everybody out. They freaking broke up this. I mean, like, yeah, dude, these are like the worst of the worst. Like,
Oh, what was it? That band they had at the assembly.
oh,
my
it was
God.
Put a Love in My Heart.
Yeah,
They were lip syncing and they switched their tapes and it starts and the music's pretty much horrible. I think there's a whole song in here that I like.
It was pretty good. Like, I mean, it was pretty horrible until they all started rioting and stuff, and the woman's dress gets ripped off.
Right, and yeah, that's there's no TNA in this movie. That's the closest you get. You get some little T.
Especially for National Lampoons, that's kind of
right. Yeah, and it's an R. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it was a soft R.
Right, very soft and premature.
Right.
So yeah, I was kind of thinking when I was watching it again. I was like, as an adult, a little bit more now. I'm like, where's the other teachers?
Yeah, there's no other teachers. They got that one that they give spiked chocolate to, and she sleeps with the principal.
Yeah, later. Yeah. Well, the computer class is one of my favorite scenes because
then the teacher dies right there.
well, that guy in there made me laugh so hard. And the part he's like, "Hey man, how do you turn this on, man?" And like you see him like
taking apart the keyboard and shit like that. I'm like, oh my god.
And then that chick, did you notice? Because I always like look in the background and stuff. But when the chick like spills her Coke on it, it's smoking in the background.
I was like, wait, that don't happen if you pour that on.
No.
The
But yeah, the teacher dies. Like straight up dies.
like, has a heart attack right there.
She's like, "See you later, Mr. Wu."
It's funny that what is it, virus or whoever it is just
It's
keeps
like,
typing.
yeah.
And then I'm thinking to myself, that was not how computer / keyboard in class went whenever I took it.
Oh man, they were okay. Man, nobody even knows what that was anymore. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it was called typing when I went to
typing.
school.
It was called keyboarding when I went to school. No?
Oh man, and now it's called you should better know.
Yeah. You need to learn how to type, dude. There's still people that one finger type just.
Oh no, dude, that's like when I started playing EverQuest and all these other games stuff like that. I was like already a keyboard with,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like from like gaming and stuff on a keyboard.
Right.
When I worked at the video store, you had to type in the movies. It was like a 6-digit number for all the movies and the games. You had to type them in.
Yeah, that's
bro,
easy to do.
I was just like, oh dude, I was so fast. Like people are like, the numbers don't move.
No, the numbers don't move. That's why they have that little indentation or that thing in the 5 to keep you in the middle. But we digress.
Right. So yeah, so they leave. Everybody leaves the school to go to this party or whatever. But you get the kind of my favorite character in the whole show, Travis.
Oh yeah.
And oh god, I forgot. I'm drawing blank on his name. He's from Kids in the Hall and bring candy and stuff. Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, he
Captain
eats
Vlog.
he steals all the scenes he's in, man. But the crossing guard always made me laugh. He's like, "Go, go, the cars will stop. Go." You hear like the girl scream and stuff. But like the guy's just like, "Hey, dickhead, you don't even know your way around the neighborhood." It's just, I don't know, man. It reminded me so much of my friend Dave, that guy, because my friend Dave, he was such a stoner. Like he would get paid,
God.
and like, dude, his whole check, he'd be like, he was smoking.
Just give me some weed, man.
Oh yeah, and he'd come to my house. Like he would like skip. He went to tech school or whatever. He would skip some days and he'd come to my house with his big old bag, and he would watch Teletubbies.
Oh God.
And dude, like, yeah, but like, you know how that sun would come up, bro?
Yeah.
He was terrified of the sun.
He was terrified of the sun.
Yeah, the sun's kind of weird, but he was like, "Oh God, it's coming." He's like, "Yeah." Oh, I miss hanging out with Dave, man. That was the good old days.
Oh, God. That's funny.
Little responsibility.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, he steals the scene. That part is great. And he kind of he gets set off from that moment of that little scene of that guy basically telling him off, wants to kill him.
Right.
So, So this movie's about a bunch of students that like, basically are delinquents and get sent on a trip to Washington D.C. because one of them wrote a letter.
Yeah, the one that's not a delinquent writes a letter.
Because she went to the party. She's the pretty girl, Lisa.
Yeah.
Is it Lisa?
I think it's Lisa. Yeah.
And yeah, they go to her house, the principal's house, and they're having this big party over there. And like the fact that they only got detention is amazing.
Right.
Because like they ate his fish. They vandalized his house.
I forgot they ate his fish.
They like vandalized it, so they broke into his house, for one thing. Yeah. Somehow, they're and then shit. She wanted to go bang in his bedroom, so oh Lord, man. Yeah.
I love the happy birthday.
They all just stopped. Like the perfect record skip and stuff.
Right.
And dude, that was the most people that ever went on the beer run, man. Because it went from like 50 to 60 people to like just here's our class.
Right.
Like a 10. Yeah. But yeah, man, young Tara Strong on there and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, young. She's still hot to this day.
To this bit. Oh yeah, she is like fine wine.
Oh yeah.
But the detention. Then when we were doing that scene with the detention, because that's kind of where like the girl writes the letter and stuff.
Sorry about that.
Did you notice in the background, Miyoski?
Yeah.
With the gas. Yeah, that was one of the things he's like they're in a science lab for detention, and he's basically turning on the valve and he's sucking up the gas, which I'm pretty sure you can't do anymore.
I'm pretty sure he'd be dead too, but yeah.
Well,
but I love how he goes from playing the bully from Problem Child to that.
Dude, yeah, he was like a cartoon in there, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, the detention. What about that teen pregnancy video?
Oh, dude. So my mind on that memory was different. Like I think I'm mixing it with Gremlins.
Right.
I think it was I thought it was like one of those horrible early road, like those 1950s like driving videos that they would show, like they were like black and white, and they would show like actual like the freaking gore and everything. And they'd be like, yeah, this is what happens if you cross the tracks, and they would just show you like freaking like guts and stuff.
Right.
And like this is what happens if you run speed through a school zone. It's just like.
But speaking of Kevin McDonald, I wrote in my notes that the blow up doll gag gets a little old after a while, but he does commit to that role, and it is awesome.
Yeah, dude, but it doesn't. It's not the whole movie, but it's two of the funniest parts. I think is that it involves that blow up doll.
I love the funniest part to me with his. I'm kind of getting a little ahead. Is whenever he pulls the gun out on the parents and the kid's like, oh awesome, he pulls the gun out on his mom too.
I'll cover mom. Oh yeah, so we'll talk about the Lees.
Oh, that is awesome.
Also I kind of think we were talking about the detention in class because Herbert, what was he was doing something in there, or maybe I just thought about, I was looking at all the books he was reading. Like the first book he was reading was like why does it rain or something like that.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, and the second one, but it was just like, this is the one guy that would be like he would be like on a watch list for somebody, But yeah, that so I thought it was an old traffic video, but it's not. It was like a crazy sex video, a pregnancy video, and dude, the way they edited like the I'll pull out, yeah, dude, that shit was hilarious. And then the detention. I mean, you ever had a teacher like that would like, it was like a substitute teacher, and you knew like nothing was gonna go down.
Oh, we have a substitute teacher. Who is it? This one. Yes, we're gonna watch a movie today.
Right. Yeah, dude, we had at Bell Place, man. I forgot. Oh, what was his name? It was a teacher, dude. He was so cake, man. He would come in there.
So cake?
Like he'd come in. It was just like,
cake.
yeah,
okay, I was about to say
so
cake.
cake. No, he sold cake and muffins and pretzels sometimes. Yeah, man. Like, he gave us a quiz on freaking Star Wars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and people were like, "What is the ship Han Solo flies?" I'm like, "Shut up! If you don't know that."
If you don't know it, you're not cheating off of me, motherfucker.
Right. No, I gave Tara that answer. I can quote that. I remember that day. But yeah, so I was thinking it was a driving thing. Because I was thinking it was about the driving thing. I ever told you about my driver's ed? I just want to tangent for a second. No. I have to tell you this story.
No, you don't talk about driver's ed.
Yeah, that's just what we do. So my parents would want to be cheap. So they had this guy, Mr. Johnny, who had his own driving school.
Mr. Johnny.
Yeah, he was certified through the state and everything, stuff like that. You could go through him. You could do the classes. You did like 8 hours of class and then 8 hours of driving. I think that's how it was.
Yeah, 16-hour course.
Yeah.
That's how it was at the school.
But he would do it in 2 days. So you would go to the class. No, actually, you do 2 days of class, and then you would drive 8 hours straight.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You got to drive with him for 1 day for like 30 minutes. And you went back and forth. just with another person in the car, but then you and him took a ride for 8 hours.
See, they did that. I didn't take the driver's ed at school. I did the 6-hour course and then went through get my license, like pass the test and shit. Well, I found out that the driver's ed at school, it was the basketball coach that would do it. When it came to the driving part, he just put them in the car. Just one person would drive. Nobody else would drive. He'd pass them all, and then they'd ride around paying his bills.
Nice. I like that. But yeah, so Mr. Johnny, I mean, he made us watch those old traffic videos, and they're freaking. I mean, there's a charm to him. It's like a Mystery Science Theater thing. You don't want to watch him like and get off on it. You want to watch him and be like, this is fucking hilarious kind of shit, you know. But yeah, the driving thing was so nuts because you started like 7 in the morning.
Oh damn!
And then like you drove like all the way from like you started in like Laurelville, like these back country roads, man, and went through all the way the back way up through to Baton Rouge, the back way to Baton Rouge.
Oh shit!
And like, I'm talking like country. And then you got into Baton Rouge and you hit Baton Rouge like lunchtime traffic.
Oh shit!
And then like you had to drive through traffic, took you to the mall. They made you park in the mall, a couple of different crazy spots. Then drove back across the basin, hit Lafayette about 3:45 traffic and stuff. And you would go park at the mall because the mall had the different ones.
Parallel, yeah.
Yeah, and then like that was pretty much it. But he was like, I want you to bring your favorite CD. If you're gonna be drinking a soda, or you can be spitting in a dip cup, as long as you don't spit in my car, you can bring that along. He's like, because I want you to drive with one hand, because I know all y'all gonna do it. So I'm gonna show you the right way to do it. He's like, because I know it. He's like, so you do whatever with your other hand, but don't touch me. So, like, yeah, it was.
Don't try to hold my hand.
Right. Don't put it on my leg. Don't even. No eye contact.
I thought you were about to start like, you jive turkey.
No. But yeah, it was cool, dude, man. But anyway, back to the movie. And so yeah, she wrote the letter. The senator random like Roger Stone comes to the school and he's gonna send them all to Washington, start the plot up and stuff like that. It's this big conspiracy thing. But was Mayowski eating chalk? I have to ask. What was
he was eating chalk.
It was chalk.
It was chalk.
So like, dude, I looked at him. I was like, what the shit? I thought it was chalk, but I thought it might have been those old candy cigarettes. Remember those things?
I mean, it could have been that but it was chalk for the movie.
Whatever movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. And then car phones, man.
Oh god, the car phones.
Yeah. My cousin Joey had a bag phone when they first came out.
My dad had one too, yeah.
And dude, we thought we were so badass with that thing, dude. That thing, like, you could, that thing was so heavy. It was all battery.
Yeah.
But
we did that, and they would bring it. We'd go to the Chapelot Basin at camp during the summer, and they'd bring that because it was satellite phones.
Right.
And it's so funny because them having to stand in one spot trying to find it. Like, hey, can you hear me now? Like that's the real. Can you hear me now? Started.
Well, yeah, my cousin, like his phone, we usually use it at the mall because we go to the mall, man. We just try to talk to girls and just do stupid shit like that.
What's your number,
dude? Stuff like that. Or we go try to meet friends, and we're always calling people like, oh yeah, or whatever. And so yeah, we're so cool. Like, man, I ain't going to no payphone, and people don't even know what a payphone is anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. And actually, I think at that point we knew how to use the payphones for free. There was a way you could do it.
I forgot how you can do it. I remember. Yeah.
It was a way. Yeah, and I was like, man, I used to while my friends just call somebody, just to call somebody, you know. Like.
This is you went on a tangent. I'll go on one real quick.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
About a payphone.
Bring it on. Dude, I could tell you one that I think the statute of limitations is over, so maybe.
Well, they used to have this 1-800 number for like skydiving in Houston and stuff like that. And this is before they would just ask for your address and send you a brochure and all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then bill you for it and shit.
Right.
Dude, we sent so much stuff from a payphone
to
this guy's parents that we did not like. Dude, me and my little brother could have gotten in so much trouble.
Dude. Okay. I told the story. I think I told the story to my friend James one time on the other podcast we had done. This guy Andre that I went to 7th grade with, like he was a new kid,
right?
And like everybody kind of hated him, and it's fucked up that kids are like that, you know. But like he was kind of annoying, and that's kind of why we hated him. Not because like the way he looked or the way he dressed and stuff like that.
Just annoying.
Because like he was the kid that was arguing like at the time that Street Fighter 2 that Ryu and Ken were different, and they weren't. You know, like
no,
he was like Ken has more powerful kicks, and he's like, and Ryu, and we're like, dude, you're a damn liar. And he would lie about everything, and like he liked it. He thought like Rob Liefeld's art was great. Like he was a big he got me in the X-Force, which is cool. But
Oh,
The
we were
comic
just
book.
talking about that the other day on Facebook.
How to
'cause he's,
speak?
he's coming back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that
So-
because Reggie.
Well, I'm gonna
Cooper,
go
yeah.
way too far off. So this guy, he was just like, he would argue about crazy stuff that nobody was, everybody was against him, So my friend Brian, like he actually lived like almost across the street diagonal from him. We could see
Right.
his house from it, and like, Brian hated him even more because he had to ride the bus with him.
Oh God.
And so we used to always go to Brian's house and hang out and sleep and stuff like that. And we used to go sleep at a friend's house all the time. And Brian one night was like, I'm gonna prank call Andre's house. I'm gonna prank call Andre. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Dude, he called this locksmith that they had in New Iberia where we lived. Colonel Sturman's locksmith is no longer. That man's passed away a long time. Bless him. He was an old man at that time. He was like grandpa man.
Oh God.
Like with like a million keys. Like the dude from the Matrix.
Oh
That
God.
guy.
Even
But-
worse.
Yeah. So anyway, he calls Sherman's locksmith like this is like 2 a.m, and he's like, help, I'm locked in a closet. Help, I need you to come and open the lock. I can't get out. I'm trapped in the closet. Like this whole little thing, And then like expecting old Sherman to come pull up in his old pickup truck and stuff and knock on their door and wake everybody up. It's gonna be freaking hilarious.
Right.
And we're watching this. This is a school night. We were up late watching this shit. And nope. Here comes the cops. Dude, like 1, 2, 3, 4 cops come. And dude, they like his house all lit up. Dude, they're looking under his house with flashlights and shit. We watched for like an hour or so. We're like, oh shit. Then we all went to bed. Dude, the next day in class, dude, Andre was all tired and all stuff. He's like, dude, the most crazy shit happened last night. He was like, the cops came out saying someone was kidnapped. He's like, they were searching for my dad.
So this was like before Star 69, right?
Dude, I was in 7th grade, man. So this was like, God, dude, it's like 1994 or something like that, dude. Like, I hadn't even seen Jurassic Park yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was 7th grade, like, young. Street Fighter 2 was out.
Damn.
Yeah.
In 1994, that's when the Street Fighter movie came out, right?
About that time. I mean, yeah. Okay. So, so bringing it back to the movie, bringing it back to the most fucked up scenes of all time, and I totally had forgot about it, is when Steve goes talk to the principal late at night.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like, what the fuck? That comes out of nowhere. So yeah, he's just like, I want to ask you for a favor.
And he's like, gets down on his knees.
Yeah, like, keep it between us. And he's like, are you up to it? And he's like, I guess so. And he just drops down and he's like,
drops down to his knees.
and his reaction is priceless. Cause he's like, not that, you idiot. And he's just like, what the?
It's the way he said it. Not that, you idiot. Like, has he done this before?
So, right. And, that's kind of awkward. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
He put it a whole new, that even made it worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very suspect there, man.
That's where my mind goes.
Huh? Yeah. And then, the thing that I kind of thought is like they invited Steve, told him to go, and he has to go with them,
Yeah.
But I was like, he wasn't at the damn party, was he?
Yeah, he wasn't at the party. And
Because no, he wasn't at the party because he came
But
and told him.
I guess because isn't he like the class president or something like that?
Yeah,
Too?
because he
That's probably why
told
went.
him. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and then so basically the class is going off, but we transition one more time before everybody's on the road to Travis's house, and this was like, I want a TV series based on that, man.
That would have been funny. Yeah.
Travis is obsessed with Star Trek, and his whole living room like was pretty fucking cool, man. Like for what
The
it's.
cardboard cut out of the Spock. Spock, you are in command now.
But dude, yeah, I mean, he had the screen,
Yeah.
like the projector and everything with the remote and shit, like the slides, and then
That'd be
his
cool.
his chair was like a big like he had like the big lazy boy all hooked up. I mean, like, dude, it would be like a body cam footage of cops going in the house, like, oh my god, like lower the lights in there and shit and stuff, and just put like flashlights walking in there.
Right.
Yeah, that's a horror movie. But yeah, the horror.
It's a horror. It's a horror.
Horror accompany me to the bridge.
Oh no.
Comedy gold, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's on the road. This is pretty much where the first part where it parallels with my senior trip.
Okay.
So my senior trip, I was the president of our Humanities Club. And there's a funny story about that. Our Humanities Club was pretty big and pretty popular. We had some really popular people in there that went to school with. And I was not one of the popular kids. I was kind of the alternative at the time, wearing Pearl Jam shirts and shit like that. My hair was kind of a little bit longer.
Oh, see you later.
Yeah. But I blended with all the groups. There was no group that I didn't get along with.
Right. That's how I was too. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a part of anything really. If anything, I was kind of like alternative metal or something like that.
Right.
I had a chain wallet, I think, at the time.
I think I did too in high school.
So yeah, humanities, like there was way many more people that would have been president before I would have been the president of it.
Right.
But we had this meeting one day, and I think it was like there was a party or something that went on, and like only 4 people went to the fucking meeting, and like they were like, we need the next class president.
And you just
like,
raised your hand.
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it. So like when we went back to school, and they're like, John's the class president. They were like, what the fuck? And they're like, nobody came to the meeting. And like
How the hell did he get class?
Hey, bless Miss Quali. Miss Quali, I hope one day she hears this. I'm gonna send it to her. Like one of the most amazing teachers I ever had, and she was fucking awesome. And she stood her ground on that. And she's like, y'all didn't come, you know.
Yeah.
She got me into Grimm's fairy tales and shit like that.
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah, she was like all soft. She was there's teachers that bullshit just to like get the job done. And
Yeah, I had a
stuff
few
like,
of them like
yeah,
that.
and there's teachers that care about their students and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and that's what Miss Quali was.
Oh, that's Miss Champagne, my English 4 teacher. She's the one that got me, like, she would get into and reading the old English for Beowulf and stuff like that. It was amazing.
Yeah, and you remember those fucking teachers,
yeah.
man. Miss Judy's got me to read Stephen King. Like she was like, check out this, and I was like, ooh, she started feeding me Stephen King, man.
See, Mr. Dugas for English too got me to read Stephen King. I read The Outsiders and what else was not that? I know that's not Stephen King, but I read the Stand by Me and Shawshank Redemption and all of that, and that was pretty.
Yeah, man, those teachers, man, that's the ones that make the difference, dude.
In fact, about 2014, so that was 10 years after I graduated. I was going to Planet Fitness right there, and I'm working out, and all of a sudden I see, and I recognize him. I'm not gonna walk up to him. All of a sudden he comes up to me and goes, "Hey," and he says my name. I was like, "Yeah." I shook his hand. We caught up, and
I told you about that. We tangent a lot. I told you about the story where I saw my old teacher like that. We bumped into each other. No. So I had this teacher for art, 7th grade. I was bad in 7th grade, dude. I told you about, like, they pulled me out, like, and brought me outside where the bikers and stuff were. Because, I was one of those kids that I got suspended, like, the second day there for popping a stink bomb in the middle of, like, the preps.
Sound about right.
Yeah, ripped the clock off the wall, stupid shit like that. Dude, used to fucking eat corn nuts and, like, fucking, like, just, like, noisiest food. I was just, like, obnoxious, I guess, man. Like, thinking about it. But, oh, God, I'm going with this. What were you saying?
You ran into the teacher?
I ran into, Mr. Reacher, sorry, Art, yeah. So I was trying to set up why this guy hated me, because I was that kid. And I gave him so much shit. He used to put me in the little timeout corner all the time, which I wanted to be in because I could look at Amanda Ritchie do that timeout corner. So it was like, yes, put me in a corner where I can actually, if I had a phone at the time, which nobody did, but, I could read my comic book or do whatever, So I run into this guy years later. And girlfriend's pregnant with her, second baby and stuff like that, and she's like getting close. I think she's like 9. She's like 9 months. But I went to Super One.
So this was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So I went to Super One to get her something. I forgot, it was kind of late, and I saw him there, and he was like, "Hey, Jonathan." And I'm like, "Oh, hey," he kind of talked to me. He's like, "How's it going?" Blah blah. You're talking. I was like, "You look nice." And I was like, "Yeah, working, family, guys, guys going on." I was like, about to have a kid, And I showed him a picture on my phone, and like, it was like a very recent picture, and he goes, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Yeah, good indeed. There ain't nothing more beautiful than a big pregnant woman like that." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
we know what he went through that night.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Good, nice seeing you," and like that was it. And
Thanks for the creepy moment.
Yeah, and I came home and I told her, I was like, "Oh yeah, guess what?" She was like, "That's weird." I was like, "It is. It is.
Just a little."
Okay. But yeah, anyway, so my senior trip, since I was the president of humanities, was a big thing. In the humanities class went, you had to pay, I want to say it was like $400 for this trip.
Right.
But we went to New York and Boston for like 5 days.
That's worth the $400.
Yeah, and like your hotel room was paid for.
Oh yeah.
Your lunches were paid for pretty much everything.
Yeah, try doing that for 5 days on $400.
Right. So yeah, we drove up. It was like a straight bus trip up there. And it was pretty awesome. Like, I just remember we all, like, me and my friend John, like, the only ones that stayed up. Everybody else, like, was able to sleep. We were wide awake. And we got to, like, went into Boston, went to Salem, all that kind of cool stuff like that. But the thing is, once we got to, like, I think it was in Connecticut. When we got to Connecticut, we had switched. We got our main bus driver.
Right.
And, like, we were all joking about Senior Trip, the movie. Because me, my friend Zach, and my friend John, that was on the trip. We
had all seen
it multiple times. And we're all, clowning and joking about it. Well, we get to the bus thing, and the bus driver, he's like, "Hey, I'm Red," and dude, we're like, no fucking way. And yeah, that was the bus driver's name. So dude, we were like so fucking pumped, like, oh man.
So, but it wasn't Chong though.
No, it was not. It was just some regular white dude.
But speaking of Red, that was one of my things I wrote down. Chong, always a classic. And I love the fact that he's just singing Earache My Eye the whole time and listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the bus scenes are pretty great, man. Because, man, riding the bus was fun. I haven't been on, like, inside of a bus. Do they have seatbelts now? I don't know. Do they?
I have no clue.
I don't know. It takes a little while for my daughter to get off the bus. I'm always wondering, are they unbuckling her or something like that?
Link doesn't ride the bus, so Link's a car rider.
Man, I'm curious, man. Somebody's going to know.
But I love the fact that he's like, oh, here, take this or knock you right out. He just eats the whole bunch of them.
It's a red, man.
It's red. That's why they call me Red. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
It affected him big time. After
Oh, dude, yeah. Because you find out, well, a little bit up. But, yeah, they basically give him a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I had this one bus. Because this bus, it reminded me of when I saw it. You had that racks on the top.
Yeah.
And I had this one bus driver who, like, whenever it was an alternate driver, whenever that bus would come, it was every once in a while. When that bus would come, we'd ride this one bus that had the racks, but it was all his own personal shit, like his luggage and just random crap.
That's my shit. Don't put your stuff in.
Just hold it. Oh, dude. And then listen, this is the buses because they do bus stories, man. Like, they had a guy on the Bell Place bus that I rode named Joel. Stay awake, dude. He wasn't all there. Right. But dude, if you fell asleep, he'd throw your books out the window.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're like, oh fuck, Mom, I'm gonna follow the route home.
Where's my book?
Like, oh man, like, dude,
Was he just that much of an asshole, or he was just that much not in his head?
That much not in that. Yeah, I mean, he was a very aggressive.
Both.
Yeah.
So he was that maybe on the spectrum.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man, we just like. You rode the bus though, right?
Yeah.
At one time?
Oh yeah, I rode the bus.
Cause man, my bus ride, I lived all the way by Avery Island where they make Tabasco and stuff like that. So my bus ride was crazy long, dude.
No, we didn't. Mine wasn't that long. And then my senior year, my little brother's sophomore year, my dad was like, "I'll just start bringing you to school." I was like, "Oh, so you have 2 kids left now? Now you bring us to school?"
Right. Well, see, for my bus ride, I had to wake up so early. I think I had to be like at the road at like 6:15.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like, dude, it sucked because like I would get up. And like, it was a pretty good run from my house to the driveway, and like my cartoon, I forgot, I think it was Spyro Zone or Mask or something like that would start, and dude, I was like trying to watch it, and then I could see the bus coming around the curve, and I was like, and I just had to run it, out of breath and shit.
I saw many episodes and don't know how they end. No.
Yeah, I love that intro though. But yeah, the whole bus thing. The part on the bus where he's like, I hooked up with Meg before.
Right.
He's like, Meg's gay.
Meg's gay.
Yeah. And she was, I looked her up because.
She was on Star Trek.
Yeah. But I had to look her up, man, because like that's when I had, like, Tara Strong I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
But man, she was short, redhead. Oh, that was my thing.
Redhead, yeah.
And yeah, like that. But, and then I know you put in the notes, we get Miyoski's Fantasy.
Oh God, yeah, Miyoski's Fantasy. Which everything was cool because I was like, oh, I have an Asian fantasy. Well, I mean, I'm attracted to Asian girls. Not really a fantasy. I mean, but it got borderline racist on that shit.
Oh well, yeah.
But not borderline. It got really racist.
Dude, yeah. I mean, movies were not politically correct and stuff like that. And like the further you get to the 80s and stuff like that, it gets even worse and stuff like that. But yeah, he just bust out, man. He's like, I want to do a jab.
I want to do a jab. I was like, you don't.
But I laugh my ass off because the guy's like, he slaps him. And it's just like, I don't know. It's that slap on Weird Science. Like, it's just like when it comes out of nowhere like that.
Right.
I guess that's
just the way he's explaining it. With her blonde hair and blue eyes. And I was like, wait, something's not right here.
But wait. So, we're going to try to do something on the podcast. Man, if I could do this. So, while I was actually in New York, so this is the second part of the podcast where it correlates in with that. So, that joke about the blonde hair Asian was like me. I kept saying that over and over again. I'm going to find one. I'm going to find one.
Blonde hair.
Yeah. So, we went to Chinatown when me in New York, me and my friend Zach, and from the pod, that he does the music and stuff.
Right.
And while we're in there, we were looking. I was like, I'm going to find me a blonde hair Japanese. And looking around. We went to this one place that had like some cool like Legos, like Star Wars stuff set up and
Right.
stuff. And we're walking around there, dude. Saw a girl with a Asian girl with a blonde wig, and like I'm like staring at her and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm gonna get a picture with her. I'm gonna get a picture with her because like Zach was with me, but dude, there were so many more people that was still like back at home.
Right. They
That,
wouldn't
like,
have believed it.
right. So I was like, I gotta get a picture of her. So dude, I tried to take a picture of her, and bro, there was two dudes with her, man. And like my friend was like, we gotta go, we gotta go. So I never got my picture of her, and like
Damn.
it's fucked up now when I think about it, you know. But I was like some little ass. I'm gonna take a picture of this chick. Yeah, I'm getting fucking roundhouse, man.
Right.
My camera broken and shit.
But yeah, that was the borderline racist though. But also some of the jokes in there, they kind of fell flat. From
Like which ones?
I can't remember all of them. It's just like
I mean, yeah, none of them all hit, and some of them
Yeah.
are dated, and something.
yeah, some of them are dated. But
The
also,
language is dated. Some of the
yeah.
language is dated.
I also want to say this: that sometimes, like, not Jeremy Renner's character. What was the other character? The main character's name?
Travis is Reg.
Yeah.
Dags and
He
Reg.
came off a little too much, like, not as comedic, but trying to be too much like Pauly Shore sometimes. It kind of hit that a little bit.
Right. He's not. I don't. Like they kind of put him to be the lead
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like I don't see that dude as the lead
No,
at all. No,
not at
he
all.
like
I think it's
yeah.
Renner's
He's
character.
almost. Oh man, it's fucked up to say it. Like he's almost like he's kind of not there. Like he's
Yeah.
like a little, little special.
And then Jeremy Renner kind of came off a little Keanu-ish, like Bill and Ted.
Yeah, he
at sometimes some parts.
first
he came out in
movie.
his own-
Yeah, first movie. He had some. He did well. He was
Yeah,
charming.
he
He
did
was cute
well.
and stuff.
Yeah,
He did
but,
stuff.
like
you know,
some
man.
parts, he just kind of came off as Keanu-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, just some of the, he had some of the looks and stuff like that. The hair flipping kind of stuff was just really shitty.
and then, And then, like I told you the other day, Virus. I
Right.
saw him on a TV show
that we
years
showed
later,
me.
and he was still playing a high school student. This was like 2002. It was called Big Wolf on Campus, and
Right.
he actually, his band sang the theme song. He wrote the theme song. So
Well, the thing about this movie too, like we're talking about, is dated and stuff so flat.
Right.
This movie is a freaking snapshot of grunge, man.
yes, it is.
Like captures it, the music captures it, the clothing captures it, and stuff like that. That was my
The
time, man.
hairstyle,
Oh yeah, dude, that big hair and just the shirts and stuff like that.
I did, because they both kind of came out that same year. I noticed the parallels from the little emo girl with her, the parallel with her and Brittany Murphy's character in Clueless. They had the same type of hair, the same clothing and stuff like
Right,
that.
okay, yeah. So yeah, on the bus they go to the gas station, and this is the kind of shit that in movies that like I go crazy, like when they go into a store and it's like an old movie or something like that.
Right.
I'm looking at everything in the background.
I
Like,
saw the gas prices and
yeah, dude, $1.89.
yeah.
But like I'm looking at old products and stuff, like the old Doritos bags and stuff like that. I love kind of seeing that shit and stuff. They're just weird signs.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're real places and they got weird shit in the background and stuff like that.
Dude, in fact, there was about a month ago, around Halloween actually, they had the retro, like the old style Dorito bags
Right.
they were putting out. Which was, I was like, my daughter asked me, she goes, "Daddy, what's that? That's a new bag?" I said, "No, that's what it used to look like growing up for us."
Yeah.
And she was
And
like,
like,
"What?"
yeah, because dude, they had salsa Doritos
Dude,
on there.
Those were awesome.
Oh, dude, they were so fucking good, man. I saw that, like, every once in a while, like every time I watch Home Alone, dude, I'm like, I want to break into Kevin's house and steal them crunch taters. Like,
Right.
he's fucking eating, man. He used to fucking drink fucking, like, Dr. Pepper and crunch taters and play fucking, EverQuest.
Right?
Dude,
That'd have been awesome.
that's all he used to do, man. Just fucking watch, like, dude, just watch Fight Club, watch fucking Mallrats, watch fucking Clerks, watch fucking, Oh, yeah, dude, and chat on ICQ.
Right. Speaking of Clerks, have you watched Clerks 3 yet?
I have not yet.
Dude, I'm gonna have to like give you my voodoo to log in and watch it because I have it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll do a
Yeah.
podcast about it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's great, like great closer to the trilogy.
Excellent. If he put the nail in it, it's not coming back.
Oh no, you'll see why.
It's not coming back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can tell you why, but you'll see why.
Okay. All right. So.
And plus, it has Rosario Dawson in it.
Yeah. But yeah, like so they decide at the gas station they want to decide to sabotage. That's the scene from the trailer too, because the trailer for this movie used to be in front of other movies. Because that was the other thing, man. We gotta talk about. That's something, man. You don't get anymore. You get it when you go to the movie theaters, but you used to rent fucking movies and shit.
Just to see the previews.
Well, not just to see the previews. You'd have to see the previews.
Yeah.
So you know, right?
Videotape. I mean.
Yeah, videotape. Even the DVDs, you have to skip. You know, a lot of DVDs you would buy,
you
have to
can't
skip. Right,
You can't even skip them. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you try to skip their replay.
this movie's trailer was on a lot of movies.
Oh wow.
And the scene on here where they were like, pop quiz hot shot, your high school principal, you know, he's like, you have 3 minutes, what do you do? That was like, you have a bunch of high school students, and like the voice comes over and stuff like that.
This day.
Yeah, but that was the big part of the trailer, and of course, like, steady as he goes, he's about to jump, you know.
Right.
I'm gonna jump it. But yeah, that scene, like, I love how, like, all of a sudden, I wrote his name down, Herbert, the weird guy. Like, he doesn't really interact with them much. He pretty much isolated the whole movie and stuff like that. He doesn't really have a character. I mean, there's not much, I'd say, any character really development to the most part. It's a fucking dick and fart jokes. But he has nothing. Like, nothing. Like, he's just like this emo guy, and like on an alternative kind of just quiet, like, I want to kill myself guy.
Right.
But yeah, I like how he joined with them, because like they were all, he jumped in and like to plan. So I thought that was pretty cool. Man, but the fucking amount of liquor they got.
Oh yeah, dude, the amount of liquor. I was like, how the hell did they steal that without getting caught?
Well, no, that fact that it's still is just like they would be dead. Somebody would die. Somebody would be fucking out. Like
Virus Boy would have been dead.
oh, dude, he fucking threw up when you started drinking again. Like turn around. This is the greatest.
This is the greatest. I'm like, yep, that would have been me growing up.
Oh man.
Actually, that wasn't me. That wouldn't have been me growing up, because dude, my first drink was vodka at 12.
Oh,
it was bad.
Been there. Wait, so the bus, while they're on the bus, they lock him in there. The principal, like, it's just like everything goes fucking wrong. I like how he comes to the window, and the chick just like looks over casually, like just like doesn't react to it. But yeah, they take off. They knock the principal out.
Look, the classic 90s movie and 80s movie trope of the toilet overflowing big time, where I've never seen that happen in real life, you know?
No. I was trying to think. I was like, when I worked at the gas station one time, they had some
like I've seen them overflow to where it's like a little water on the floor, but not filling up the whole fucking room.
Right, where you're in trouble with drowning.
Yeah.
And it's like not going through the door.
Yeah, he's swimming on the floor. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so they on the bus, and you part where Travis comes in. Travis with the car.
Yeah.
And like that's dude, it's so funny because like Reg is in the back and he's kind of stoned, and the car, Travis drives up in the car, and he's got the blow up doll in the passenger seat, and he points the gun at him, and the blow up doll, the wind starts to take it away, so like he wrecks, and that shit's so funny because like he goes off the bridge and there's a big explosion,
right,
and like nobody fucking sees anything, so like he's all stoned, he's just like, am I hot, you know, like his reaction is like, does anybody else see that?
See Captain Kurt with it.
And I think he tells the other guy too, and he's just like, sure, man, whatever.
Like,
and then, you see your Asian family comes in, they meet, Travis survives. His car changed. It went from a Chevrolet to a completely different kind of.
Oh, see, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was like it's like 2 different brands.
It's like, we can't destroy the other car. We got it.
Yeah, it was like big time difference. But yeah, the Asian family, he abducts them, and he's like, oh, traitors to the Federation. Mr. Sulu's like, I'm Mr. Wong. Or something like that.
We now have traitors on the shit.
Right. So he pulls a gun, and the little kid's like, I'll cover mom.
That was hilarious, actually.
Yeah. Because they were like, you going to the convention?
Yeah.
His like freaking Star Trek thing is like 3 Coke tabs.
Right.
Dude, that shit's so funny, man. And then like, there's just, I mean, the bus is like, it's a majority of the movie. I mean, it's kind of like, it's the meat of your sandwich. Yeah, it's the meat of your sandwich. But there's so much good stuff in there. The red stuff, you know, him singing, the fucking pills. Like, oh, you guys don't know how to party. We party, man. And then like Carla, like putting all the makeup and shit on him and stuff.
Right.
And then Steve, like, you know, that's the other thing.
And him talking to the police with all the makeup and stuff.
Yeah, dude. And like, must be some school.
Right.
Well, because Red like fucking dies.
Yeah.
So second death in the movie. There's 2 deaths. The teacher dies.
Oh yeah, the teacher dies. I totally forgot about
body
that
count,
shit.
man.
Actually, I did write one thing down, which was, let me see, Mrs. Winston. She is one of the best freaking characters in the movie. I find.
Yeah, she is. when she says like she said something to the cops.
Yeah.
She was like,
"You boys better get to class."
yeah, she was hilarious. And he like pissed out the back door of the bus. And then they wake up, and of course, like I said, like Red's dead.
Yeah.
And he looks and dude, he sees the cops. He just has all that fucking weed. He starts fucking eating it. I was just like, God.
And then
But
they look for. We couldn't find your man. They've been dragging the lake.
right, and he pops up at there. So they go to this. They go to the hotel. And the first one is like right across the street from the White House or something.
Yeah, it's like
all
this beautiful hotel.
Yeah. No room for him.
Yeah.
So they have to go to like this place and like, dude, it's like straight out of like 50 Shades of Grey.
The sex dungeon.
Dude, did you notice the glass case?
Yeah, with all the dildos and stuff in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was full of fucking dicks and shit.
Yeah.
And
Did you notice the sex cage?
yeah, oh yeah, dude, I saw the trampoline, man. Fucking Meowski starts trying to stand on the trampoline and shit. They got whips and shit in there and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
See, I thought at first they were gonna put the narc. Strap him into the sex chair.
Oh, right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the fucking room, man. So, so they go on the tour, and that's like they go to they kind of get snapshots of Washington. And one of the things I was reading about the trivia that people were fussing about or whatever is that like whenever like they're driving into Washington on that bridge, like they're going the wrong fucking way. So people are like, they're not going into Washington, they're fucking leaving Washington. Yeah, and like people are like that's like a big mistake in the movie.
Yeah, like seeing the stuff the J. Edgar Hoover eternal flame part.
Right.
I did laugh at that a lot, especially
that was in the trailer. That was the end of the trailer, I think, when he's like, pull my finger, and it was just like it did like the record skip, you know?
Yeah, and he's running around on fire.
Well, dude, the way he starts walking towards him is fucking hilarious. He's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. He's like, get away from me.
Yeah.
And like, I uploaded this movie on our channel. I had to re-edit it and put it back up there because, like, dude, there's no copyright on it.
There is no copyright,
dude. No, there's no copyright on it, so it's gonna
so
be up there.
Do shit.
No, if they say something, I'll take it down. But man, I'm gonna share it with the world because dude, it's worth the watch.
You heard it from us. Go watch it on our channel.
Yeah. And then and then the other thing that was about it is like when the bus. One of the things is when the bus is going. There's in the very beginning when they're leaving the town. There's a bunch of signs. That was the other error. There's signs that say Canada because they filmed the beginning of the movie in Canada. But that's like RoboCop, man. RoboCop is all Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, OCP, whatever. But like there's a part where they're driving right in the beginning with Murphy and stuff when they're chasing them. Dude, you can see like the freaking the water tower.
Yeah. It's
like Houston.
Okay.
Like huge.
Welcome to Old Detroit in Houston.
Yeah, and I had seen that on my own, man. But
there is one thing that I need to watch from that movie. I need to watch Forrest Gump.
Yes. So his room is even crazier.
Right.
Like I think his room is more fucking nuts because it's like a jungle room, man. Like it's like got like all the fucking birds and weird
My
shit.
jungle love.
And then like he's on the TV and dude, the way he's sitting there like fucking weirdo, man.
Divorced. What did she? Oh, he started watching Lassie when she goes in.
Lassie, I love Lassie.
I actually was not expecting it to actually be really Lassie. Whenever
dude, they did it. Yeah, they got the copyright because it's like that was the thing in the trivia. They were like the trivia had like 6 things in it. Like this is Jeremy Renner's first movie. This is the girl that his love, Lisa, her first movie too. That was the big thing. And then like they were like, and Lassie was in the movie, real Lassie. So that was the other trivia. Yeah, but the Forrest Gump thing, man, is hilarious. And then so they go to the party. They have like a party, whatever. Yeah. And that dude comes up to her and he like grabs her arm, man. But like it's fucked up like what he does to her, and like Jeremy Renner doesn't notice, like he's standing right there. Yeah. He doesn't notice it happening and stuff. But like the guy's like trying to like proposition her for sex and stuff, you know. But like she like fucking like Mortal Kombat X-rays his neck, like neck snaps him, and I think he dies, dude. He fucking dies because like he never wakes up. Nobody wakes him up from. He never returns to his room.
Well, that was his fault.
So there's 3 people that die in this movie.
Actually, speaking of like the eternal flame and stuff like that, is that the fact that they start calling him the Flamer.
Yes.
That was a funny part too.
So,
oh, here's another question about the party.
Yep.
How and where in the fuck did they get a goat?
Yeah, okay. Well, so that's like the wrap of the party. So a lot of stuff happens at the party. You kind of see a lot of the characters kind of get like, I guess they're just as like like the girl gets another girl, whatever.
Yeah, they hooking up and they all
Herbert's
get their
like,
significant other. Yeah.
Yeah, Herbert gets somebody. Except for Virus, poor Virus, and yeah, Virus doesn't get it. But Regin wanted to hook up, and one of the coolest parts is they're talking about that was the other big trivia on there too. Like this movie talked about Freddy versus Jason before Freddy versus Jason was an actual thing.
Yeah, because they were watching.
Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Do you ever think if Jason can have nightmares and Freddy can enter his nightmares?" He's like, "I think about that all that time." And oh yeah, man.
Let's just let it bone now. Oh, and the girl's name, Do Me Wong.
Yeah, so the Asian. So he runs into the.
So racist.
I want to know what her bra said. Like the kanji symbols on her bra.
Oh shit, yeah, that would be great.
I want to know what that said. The principal, Miss Milford Bang, because they put freaking like straight liquor in all her fucking chocolates, dude.
Because she loves chocolates.
Oh, dude, that shit was funny. So you kind of get like, you find out like they have that big party and you find out like the bounty burger guy, whatever, was doing some corrupt shit with the senator. So they were all brought there.
The senators.
Yeah. They were
the senator's top secret.
They were in Trump's room.
They were in Trump's room.
When I saw that confidential things, I bust out laughing, dude. But yeah, like so they found out this whole thing. But what to say about that? Oh, so they go to they go to the room, but they're trying to leave, and when Steve is trying to block him from leaving, that part, the case down was like wide open. So like, I don't know, man. It's just funny.
I mean, you get like the only one you get a real character development on is Jeremy Renner's character, because he goes from being like the stoner butthead to like telling the principal like, hey, we're behind you 100% and stuff like that.
And he gets with the girl.
Yeah, he gets with the girl
in the right, because he doesn't trick her into anything. No. It's her decision, and that's a cool thing about this movie. They kind of really make it, you know. And it's not a sleazeball like movies like Revenge of the Nerds and shit. When you go watch now, you're like, holy fuck, man, that's like almost rape.
Yeah, and it's not like, because even she's like thinking about it. She goes, we're probably not gonna last and blah blah this and that, and probably piss off my parents. So I think it's logical we have sex. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's just that's all she wants, man. And it's fucking cool with it. And hey, man, it's a fucking hip chicken and some chicks like that, you know.
Mikowski, what's his name?
Miowski,
yeah. Coming with the wig.
Oh, dude, he got the wig. Fucking scalped her.
Just smiling.
Oh, man. Like, all fucking... You look so nasty, dude. You're, like, just covered in just, like... just pit stains and just... Yeah, just...
See, if he really wanted that bill not to pass and wanted his bill to pass, he would have just left him dressed like that and not got him all dressed in a suit and stuff like that.
So, okay. This part... I guess I didn't notice in this. I guess being older and just different now.
Right.
You notice the part with Jeremy Renner when him and her like they have that moment and they kiss.
Yeah.
He's like fucking eating like some fucking cake or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like eating it with his fingers, which is kind of gross to begin with. But he's like eating it with his fingers, and it's all in his mouth. And then they just start making out.
And I didn't even notice that.
And I'm like, ugh.
Like, who makes out with food?
Dude, really? Like literally, if you watch it, go watch it again. Like, he barely finished swallowing before he puts his tongue in her mouth, man.
Oh, God.
It's
like
fucking
food
gross,
dude.
Yeah, man. That's like,
It's like gum swapping, like, here you go.
Like Dorito breath, something like that, you know? Cigarette.
God,
some, like, that's why, like, some cool cigarettes coming up behind you.
But
like some hands.
He literally does the next morning when they wake up. He literally does what almost every guy does after a night of all of that. She wakes up and she's like kind of being all like glowing and stuff like that. And he just moves over and grabs the pillow.
Yeah, she's like, no, she says mission accomplished. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's when she finds the top secret documents and stuff like that.
The dossier.
Right. And then they call him, that's what he's talking about, stuff being dated, and they call him Senator Bunghole.
Oh, yeah, Senator Bunghole.
So that was straight up like the Beavis and Butthead shit. So.
Well, it's not really, I mean, you can't really call it dated now since Beavis and Butthead's making a comeback.
Right, yeah.
But it's still kind of dated.
Yeah. And then, dude, I forgot that line just, I don't know why it made me laugh, because the guy's delivery on it was so funny, where he's like, shut up, you little slut. It's just like, it's so mean and so fucking out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, he's like, she is nuts.
He's like, you all Miss Milford apology. So
he does play that good, like, stiff principal.
Oh yeah,
like,
man.
Dickhead.
Yeah. Science. Yeah. So yeah, they kind of they have the president's having a meeting at a hotel. It's not the
Right.
Capitol. It's not anywhere. You know, I was just like, that's kind of weird detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking about. But it just kind of wraps up like stupidly.
Yeah, I have that written in my notes. The ending was kind of meh.
Okay, so the actual ending, and I tried to find it on YouTube. I'm gonna still look for it. The actual ending is pretty much kind of that, where it stop, almost where it stops at that, and all of a sudden, it's just, no, and you hear that, and fucking Kevin comes in, and he's all fucking like burnt and shit, like he's all like black and stuff like that, and he's got the gun, and like he points it at Reg, and you see the thing to go to Reg,
Yeah.
and then like they fight over, like I forgot who hits him, but I think it's Miyoski or whatever, somebody tackles him, and the gun goes falling and spins, and you see like it drop and shoot, and it points like between the principal, Dax, and the president.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, the principal, the president, and somebody else, but like the gun goes off, and then like you hear Dax and Reg do their oh, like they did at the beginning when they hit
Right.
they hit the thing, and that's how the movie ended. That was so much better, dude.
Like, okay, did it kill the principal or the president? What the
Yeah. So yeah, like they're fighting over the gun and they like dropped, and like it went to black, and you hear oh, so you're like fuck, but
Yeah, see, that would have been a better ending than just a meh.
right, straight man. But yeah, the alternate ending, and like it's like only on the TV one because it was extended.
Right.
Sorry about the paper stuff, but the one thing I do love, I love when movies do it, like they do where they have the characters, and they show like where they are now.
Yeah.
You know, and like it was like what's her name was like addicted to Prozac. Lisa.
Yeah, they did the pro. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. Miyoski went on to do nothing.
Yeah, and Virus was like the best. Milwaukee didn't need to go on and do that. He lived his fantasy. That's it.
Yeah, he was yeah. Well, right, he was set, man.
Yeah.
He peaked. He fucking hit the mountain,
Virus boy went on to create the $1 billion business with CD-ROMs. I was like,
CD-ROMs.
Man, CD-ROMs. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Right, fucking dial up, kicking up in the background. But yeah, those things are cool, man. Like Mallrats. I'm trying to think of other movies that kind of have that little
Right.
montage stuff.
There's a few of them. Well,
It was more kind of, I think, early
Yeah, well,
80s kind of thing.
see, I will tell you this. I won't tell you what he says, but at the end of Clerks 3, you get to like the credits and stuff like that. You wait a little bit, and then Kevin Smith starts speaking, thanking everybody for watching.
Yeah.
And he tells you where everyone is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's pretty cool. It's not like in Mallrats and stuff like that.
Right. Oh yeah, because that's the one that's the one I wrote down that stuck out for me, where he's
Yeah, 'cause
like,
I know like Mallrats and stuff like that.
right,
Does.
he sees the sailboat.
Yeah,
Really?
really.
Yeah. Suzanne.
I did write the last thing I wrote down. You had a shitload of pages and notes, but I just had one page of stuff sprinkled all over. It actually does not live up to National Lampoon's name.
Yeah, no,
To me, it
no,
doesn't,
dude.
yeah.
Okay, that's the fucking thing about dude. The National Lampoon's name is good,
Yeah.
but they put their name on almost anything at one
Yeah.
point, man. There is some.
And in the 90s, a lot.
Oh yeah, dude. Like National Lampoon's like Butthole. National Lampoon's like
Yeah.
Bong House. National Lampoon's like Summer Camp.
Like, what is it, Dorm Room Days?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was a pretty good one. I mean, to me, it's just a little bit above Senior Trip. But it's still like, I guess it's a little bit above because, I mean, you got Danielle Fisher, Topanga in there.
Yeah, right. But yeah, overall for me, like I still like it. I still think it's funny. I think it's fun. I had fun. I had fun watching it again.
Oh yeah, like you're not going into it, like, don't go into it thinking it's like this Oscar-worthy movie.
Oh God.
But if you're going in for like just laughs and some funny stuff, possible some racist stuff, yeah.
It looks, I mean, just watching it, but it makes me feel and remember certain things in a special
Yeah.
way because it took me back to that time.
Yeah, that
You know?
90s nostalgia. I'll give you that because it brings you back to that grunge.
Yeah, and that's the best kind of movie experience.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's all I want. So it accomplished that.
No,
So,
I agree with that.
I'm right. So yeah, that is my opinion and your opinion about that movie. We brought up 2-3 other movies on here that we're gonna be talking about. So
Yeah.
if you like these kind of movie bullshit talks and stuff like that, let us know in the comments and stuff like that, and also suggest movies and stuff like that we love to do.
Oh, there is, while we're on it so we can remember it, there is one episode I want to suggest.
An
Us,
episode.
us talking about like music, how our taste changed throughout the years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, 'cause mine changed a lot. And so I want to do an episode on that. Maybe
Absolutely, that's a fun.
we still got to do part 2 of the summer camp stuff. So
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. That's gonna be a thing down the road. And yeah, of course, the video stores. There's ones that are just like in the drawer.
Yeah, like remakes of video games we'd like to see and shit like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good topic. See, there we go. And yeah, but always look for love suggestions and feedback and comments and stuff like that. Always to improve and grow. So we look forward to interacting with you guys. So,
Yeah, definitely.
catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, well, see y'all later, man.